Hello Internet, today we have gathered here to present you this revolutionary idea we came up with as a part of our group project, which couldn't have been possible without the hard work of our team and the guidance of our professor. So let's get right into it without wasting much time. Our startup is named GlowSmart, which will be a product manufacturing company aimed at producing smart lights, which will have their brightness or intensity of illumination regulated remotely. This feature will not only save energy in multiple ways, which will be a good impact on environment, but it will also significantly cut costs of operation and management of these appliances. And honestly, who doesn't want better and new products at cheaper rates, right? Our motto, what is the future, completely aligns with our goal of saving every possible watt of energy, which should be the way of moving forward. If from now only we start focusing on saving energy, we will not only create a better future for the coming generations, but also create a healthy living environment for every form of life present on this planet. Now let's tell you what we are all about and how we arrived at the idea. Government initiatives to replace incandescent bulbs with LED bulbs, the increasing energy demand supply gap, and declining prices are the factors driving the growth of LED lighting in India. And in this constantly growing market, the street lighting systems are the biggest consumers of LED technology. Currently, more than 27 million street lights light up the nights in India, which consumes a whopping 20 to 40% of total energy produced in the country. Imagine the consumption going down just by switching those CFS and metal halide lights to LEDs. Glow Smart is aimed at making less energy consuming LED bulbs that will save electricity and will have a positive impact on the GDP of the country. Energy conservation drives, the need for more power efficient products, and the electrification of rural areas are some of the other factors that are driving the Indian LED lighting market. But these are not enough. A growing awareness about the effects of electricity consumption on the environment is also needed to bring a shift that would be significant enough. Among, among various verticals, the LED industrial lighting segment is gradually opening up with a wide range of opportunities for players in India who are witnessing immense growth. However, for the consumer market, LED is still an expensive technology. LEDs are penetrating the consumer market but lag behind CFL technology, especially in the lamps, tube lights, and bulb sections. Starting from as low as developing just the prototype of the smart bulb, we aim to present it at various crowdfunding events to help us achieve our targets. Now that you have an idea of what we are, let's talk about what our vision is and what we aim to achieve. For that, I'd like to hand it over to Bethlehem Zalik.
Thank you, Ayush. So our vision is exactly to achieve to save electricity and power. And traditional light bulb uses a lot of energy to produce light. So technology and innovation in the modern era has no bound exactly. So everything is developing in a very rapid pace. But somewhere in between this rapid development, one thing which is having a declining development is a natural fuel resource in the planet. So we all know almost 99% of everything uses electricity. So for the functioning, therefore we can understand the importance of electricity from that. So with our product, we aim at saving a lot of electricity and power, and the abundance of power can then be used for other purposes like supplying to remote areas, which is a very good idea. And this will not only save electricity, but also reduces the regular maintenance and also will not cause any hindrance when there is no electricity. So what exactly we aim to achieve? And so our main aim to achieve is starting from developing a prototype of smart bulb. We want to present it to various events that which will help us to achieve our target. So we aim to deploy this light everywhere in India, starting from street light, halfway post, railway costs to headlight of vehicles in around 5 year time. The first agenda in our lineup includes cutting the cost of production and using the best in class components, which bring the best product to the consumers. So what are the type of products? So so with the increasing energy requirements and demand is caused due to the rapid increase in population, there is a crucial need for better energy management and using. Our product indirectly aims at the same, along with better energy management with the use of simple optoelectronics. So during the daytime, the headlights are no use in the car. There is no use of street light, and at night only we need lights. So there is less amount of light, which lastly saves lots of much energy. So our smart light project is a computer programming based project. So if we use this idea and implement to it in our society, it will be helpful in saving enough amount of electricity and of course our money. So Madhuri will continue from here.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So this, what is the type of product and this marketing analysis? I'm going to say about market analysis. Market analysis is the market for connected streetlights is growing at a significant phase growth for the world, primarily due to the emergence of smart cities, increased adoption of Internet of devices, and also the adoption of Wi-Fi networked communication technology. Nowadays we are seeing like many people are using smart things like IoT based are coming, like, so if you're supposed to switch off the light, you no need to go to there, or you no need to ask someone, or just automatically through your mobile you can manage and you can off the light, right? So that's the technology we are using. The smart street light systems comprise many useful features that make them more environmental friendly, eco-friendly, and also reliable, and also they are efficient to use. The smarter lightning systems are energy efficient, they save energy, and also they mostly use LED lights and possess different control units and sensors in all the lamps, which enables them to transmit data to the central controlling system. For example, in a daylight, if the light is lightened, it is waste of energy and power, right? So we can control it through our mobile, like how much brightness should be, whether it should be on or whether it should be off. The growth in the smart city project is boosting the market, as these projects make use of new smart devices which could help to monitor energy consumption, traffic flow, and also the water level, etc., etc. The effective use of this new technology in smart cities is totally dependent on the infrastructure development and also the smart supply chain. The connected street lines market is expected to witness a CAGR of 29.68% overall the forecast period from 2020 to 2025, approximately 5 years span. And also the technology advancements in the field of smart sensors and the wireless technologies for smart lighting are fueling market growth. However, the lack of awareness among end users is challenging the market, as the adoption of smart devices will rapidly increase if more and more end users come to know about the major advantages of these streetlight systems. For example, some people are not might educated, so they don't have that much idea like how to use the systems and all. So for that people also it will be useful. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuri. So let's come to the bill of material and how a piece of our product, how much a piece of our product costs. So taking the composition of smart light systems, Arduino, which is a computer system, it is an open source electronic prototyping platform enabling users to create interactive electronic objects. It will be a major component of our system since we will use it to monitor and regulate the brightness of our lights and systems. The electric boards, the LEDs, which are the icon of our company, and the resistors and sensors, they all make up to about 14 components of the complete system, and the approximated cost of this product is around 500 rupees, which is comparable to the existing product in the market, but it is our firm belief that in the long term this product will be much more cost efficient than the other alternatives in the market, since the operating and maintenance cost will be very low. Now I would like to hand it over to Harsh to cover the next topic of our idea.
Thank you, Ayush. So yeah, good evening to everyone present here. So now I'm going to explain about the related work to our product. So this section basically presents the related work carried out in this area of research, highlighting the light sources and their control. So the first part is about type of lightning source. So the performance of any lighting system depends on the lighting source used. Choosing a correct type of lamp is crucial for visual comfort and thereby a comfortable living. Energy consumption by lighting of household depends on the type of light bulbs installed. In a household, common light sources are incandescent bulbs, fluorescent lamps, and LEDs. And if I'm talk about the type of lighting control, so in here, the common types of lighting controls in the residential and the commercial building are mechanical switches, dimmers, motion sensors, occupancy sensors, photo sensor, and timers. If I talk about the mechanical switches, so these are basically are the traditional way of turning on and off the light manually. Occupancy sensors are used for outdoor and indoor utility power supply based on common area lighting system. There are two types of occupancy sensor available in the market, and these are ultrasonic and infrared sensor. An ultrasonic sensor is used to detect the sound, while an infrared sensor is used to detect the motion. Occupancy sensors are commonly used to turn the lights on when occupant is detected and turn the light off automatically when there is no active detected. And if I talk about the photo sensor, so these are typically used for outdoor lighting. They are commonly used to turn off the light automatically when the natural sunlight is detected during the daytime. However, there is less usage of photo sensor for interior lighting as the need for lighting varies with occupant activity. So timer control is used to set a specific time to turn on and off the light. Yeah, thank you, Ayush. And next I would like to, it would be covered by Naveen.
Scope, okay. Hi, hello, Madhuri. So now I'm going to tell like what is the scope of a project? Like what is the main purpose of a project is we are going to perform like IoT enabled connection streetlights. That is the main scope of our project. Like we already know like street lights, some people like they leave the lights on and they will, some people are not ever bothered to off the lights, or some people just forgot, and also the brightness due to weather situations or whatever it may be. So many people forgot to, so due to that there is waste of energy resources and also waste of the power supply. So to overcome this, we have came up an idea with IoT enabled connected streetlights, so that we can off them through our mobile device as it is IoT based thing. And also some streetlights enable the city officials to increase and decrease the illumination levels at different times of the day or night, and also in response to the weather events. Like for example, if it is night and if we want a more brightness through our mobile, we can increase the brightness. And also in daytime, if we can decrease the brightness of the light sensor using. And also according to weather situations also we can manage our street lights. And also it is very useful so that we can save the energy resources and all. Next, I'm going to tell about the steps for launch strategy. First, for before launch strategy, what are the steps should we follow? That is, first we should research the target consumers. We should search for the consumers and we should set a target. Then we should develop the product messaging, and also then we should play the product launch promotion strategy. How can we play the product launch promotion strategy? So before starting our strategy, we should inform the people. Our idea should reach the people. We should inform them what is our idea and what we are going to do through this thing, and how it is benefit for them, how it is benefit to the society, that and all. So that if they like the idea, then they'll come up with us. That is these are the three strategies that we are going to use before the launch. And there are the three steps that we are using during the launch strategy, that are we should ready the sales team, and also we should ready the customer service team, and we should make it big. Sales team means we should ready the sales team that who is going to sell the things for them. Like they should inform them, they should tell what is our product, how it is used, that and all. And then we should ready the customer service team. Customer service team is that those people who service the customers, like they should talk to the customers, they should know what the customers want, and they should clarify the doubts that the customers are having. And then we should make it big. That means we should get into the people of our idea. They should know about the idea, they should really like our idea, so that they can be with us, right? They can give our the strength to make our product successful. And post launch strategy. For post launch strategy, we are should stay in touch with the people, with the customers every time, 24/7. We should if they're having any issues, we should resolve them immediately. If they're having any problems, we should make ask them to free to call us, or they are ready to call or message us, like what problems they are facing. For these publications, we should use newsletters, or we should keep any discounts, like discounts. If we keep discounts, people will be liking, right? If they'll see, okay, we have some great discount, so we can try the thing like that. And also we should do some free trials. Like once if you try it, like then if you like it, you can buy, like that. We should give them free trials. We should give 1+1 offers, and we should make it public. We should inform every people through social media. We can inform it, or through newsletters, through magazines, everything. We should make our information should reach the people. That is the post launch strategy. Yeah.
Okay, so if I talk about the market concentration in the our street light market, so these are the 5 dominating companies which are here, like General Electronics, CEO, Philips NV, Cisco System Income, the Osram AG, and the Asian Tech. Yeah, can you scroll down? Okay, now, yeah. So now I'm going to talk about the financial plan of our project. So uh, our labor workforce consists of people who are in charge of getting the components from the manufacturer, also to tally the availability and the stock number of different components. The labor workforce number is expected to be 5 to 10 at the initial stage of the startup. And after that, the cost is expected to be around 20K to 40K per month. Uh, our important materials which boost up our product is includes breadboards, Arduino boards, bulb, few basic sensor which will increase the cost by an amount of 700 to 1000 per product. And taking into consideration, we are able to manufacture about 2000 products a month, which means that the cost is increased by an amount of 14 lakhs to 20 lakhs per month. Initially, we are planning to rent a small space of about 400 square feet, which will cost us in between of an amount of 10 to 20,000 per month in a good city. Also, our advertisement plans consist of web advertisement using our company website, door-to-door campaigning, launching products in most needed places, commercial advertisement. So this will basically cost us somewhere around 5,000 per month. Being an initial startup, we need to invest more on advertisement so that our product reaches the mass. And now, Ayush, could you scroll down, please? Yeah. Now I'm going to talk about the management plan, basically like how we are going to manage our our plan that, or our startup. So, sorry, for this management plan, we are basically going to do like advertisement, exploring and expanding the new markets, price reduction, adding new features, packaging, and changing customer consumption habits. So like for advertising, its purpose is to get the additional audience and the potential customer. And if I talk about the exploring and expanding to the new market, so by conducting market research and offering the product to a new market, it is possible to get more customer. We can also do the price reduction. So by doing this, many customers are attracted by price cuts and discount tags. We are also thinking about the adding new features, like by adding value to the product to enhance its usability or to attract the attention of a wider customer base. And if I talk about the packaging, so new, attractive, useful, or eco-friendly packaging influence the target customers. And at the last but not the least, the changing customer consumption habits, promoting new trends of consumption can increase the number of customers. And now, yeah, next to Naveen.
Good evening. So these are the basic important roles of a startup. So founder, co-founder, CTO, senior marketing officer, R&D head. Startups require a lot of capital in the development stage. Basically, it is the role of a founder to ensure that the venture is able to meet its cash requirements and have enough cash in the future to sustain the business or startup. An effective founder takes calculated risks and capitalizes on any opportunities that come on their way. In the early stages of a new startup or a company, the co-founder takes a very active role in developing a product, determining the specifications and bringing the product into production, whether it's a physical product or a digital solution like a website or an application. The CTO is the Chief Technology Officer, is the executive in charge of an organization, technological needs as well as its research and development. In the slide.
I will change the Ayush, could you scroll down in the slide?
Okay, so how else is this going to change the landscape, you ask? Well, let us tell you what more these smart lights could accomplish. Since they will already be equipped with wireless transmitters, cameras, and sensors, they could easily be used to monitor the parking spaces, reducing the need of human labor and the risk of workspace hazards. The system could easily monitor air and water quality and other chemical levels in the surroundings, and by extension, measure the risk of upcoming storms or bad weather. The speakers combined with the system can be used to deliver audio warnings. The surveillance would make it much more efficient and less time consuming to identify and locate emergency situations, and could serve as a guide for the emergency teams to reach the persons in need at less time. The smart LEDs could also be used in traffic signals, which would make regulating traffic patterns much more efficient. The surveillance system will also prove to be a major help in criminal cases and the video analysis of incident areas. Now that we have briefed you about the idea, we assure you that this is just the beginning, and we plan to go much further than just prototyping and testing if things go right. The concept of smart lights could change the face of electric industry, and it contains immense potential in it. Thank you.